Hello, everyone. Welcome to our vigil. Helen was supposed to open the vigil for us today, and she has just vanished. So I will do it on her behalf. Yes, we would like to bring a quote by a peace worker in Israel who is called Gershon Baskin, who has for many years worked as on the political stage also for reconciliation. He was one of the few people who, even in the most dire times, was reaching out to the Hamas and has consistently brought the most constructive things to the attention also of politicians as much as this was possible. And so he's still doing it by writing articles in the newspaper. He had at least a peace organization. When we were years ago, we would work also in this peace organization, giving courses for Palestinian and Jewish women to meditate together. So here he is with a quote. Here he says, "I am writing as someone who has spent the past 45 years working to end the occupation. It has always been clear to me that Israel will never have security if Palestinians do not have freedom and dignity. It is also true that the Palestinians will never have freedom and dignity if Israel does not have security. For all the 7 million Israeli Jews and all the 7 million Palestinian Arabs living on the same land between the river and the sea, there is an enormous suffering and trauma that will remain for generations. The most important question is whether there are people in the next generation of Israel and Palestine who will possess the wisdom to look forward to a new day when mutual acceptance and mutual recognition can launch a genuine peace process." Yes. So he is holding the bigger picture and the vision of resolution, while also being prepared for the possibility that we may not see it in our lifetime, in our generation. Yeah, so one of the things we can do here is to strengthen people like him and hold space for change to happen, no matter how and when. So we need a long breath and a steady stand. So it's important to take good care of ourselves. This may be long. And coming together like this every week is part of not only service, but also a source of strength and stability for ourselves. So again, thank you so much for keeping up this rhythmic pulse. And also thank you for your messages, sending your impressions and feedback, which helps to shape this work. And as always, let us hold this heart space, continue after the meditation throughout the week until the vigil next week, same time. Okay. So let us close our eyes and settle into our body. Being with our breath for a moment. And connecting with the earth. The earth, our shared home. Feeling our heart. And finding within it point of equilibrium. Our mind expands into a silent spaciousness. Coming together now as souls, as silent watchers. Visualizing ourselves standing in a circle around the area of Palestine, Israel. And visualize many people from all over the world joining our circle. And taking a moment to just hold this heart space. Now reaching also out with our minds to each other, creating a unified field, mental field, which is focused on the will to peace. We stand in the will to peace. And becoming aware now of the higher forces standing with us, behind us. Sensing them forming a second circle around us. And taking a moment now to allow ourselves to really feel their focused love and their will, and how this stabilizes us. We are not alone doing this work. Okay, releasing now all partial thoughts, reminding ourselves that all participants in this war are souls as we are. And now let us focus in on the region, starting with that area that is Israel, boundaries of Israel. Just getting a sense of the area. And now the Palestinian areas, the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Just getting a sense of the area. Now adding the neighboring countries, Egypt to the south, Jordan and Syria to the east, and Lebanon to the north. And we are aware of this area being part of the wider Middle East region. And now let us observe this dark cloud of war covering this whole land of Israel-Palestine. And holding our own alignment, breathing, just silently watching, holding. Touching back for a moment with our higher co-workers standing behind us. Feeling again their stabilizing will to love. Let it register, especially in our heart. So that each of our heart centers becomes a radiant sun. And together we form a ring of radiant suns standing around this dark cloud. And now see and sense a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant, pouring through each of our hearts onto the region of Palestine, Israel. And let our combined light flood the whole area now for a carefully sustained minute. Visualize the light now penetrating into the earth underneath the whole area of Israel-Palestine. Penetrating, transmuting ancient patterns of war. Just holding space for this to happen. Transmuting ancient patterns of war. See the light starting to dissolve these ancient patterns. And see a purifying energy flowing through. Purifying energy flowing through. And let us now see clarifying, strengthening light surrounding the decision makers, the advisors, the influencers on both sides and in other nations, those who work behind the scenes for the highest good of all, these real peacemakers. Let us see them being aligned with their souls and with their higher guidance and held in a protective space. And let us visualize these new thought forms of solution being generated in the mental space of this whole area. See the mental space in which these new thought forms emerge, slowly becoming lighter. Let us hold this for a moment. And at the same time, let us see new initiatives from the ground being born out of the pain on both sides. Holding space for them to substantiate. Visualizing a higher order slowly being seeded by them in the whole region of Palestine, Israel. And may our light help to hold a new path for everyone in the area. Visualize a higher order based on right relations taking shape in the entire Middle East. A new Middle East based on right relations. And let us see this happening throughout the world. Be a peace commanding presence for this intention. And as we sound now the great invocation in Arabic and in Hebrew, let us visualize the new energy, the new order, the blueprint for the new order being anchored in the earth, in Palestine, Israel.
من نقطة النور في عقل الله ليشع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض من نقطة الحب في قلب الله ليتسرب الحب إلى قلوب الناس وليرجع السيد الآتي إلى الأرض من المركز الذي تعرف منه إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعوه بالجنس البشري لينتج رسم الحب والنور، ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر ليجدد النور والحب والقوة، الرسم على الأرض.
נקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, זרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. נקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, זרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש, ישוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מן המרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון, ויחדשו אור, אהבה ועוצמה, את התוכנית על פני האדמה. Oh